Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between TLO and Probe on Dusk Towers. This is not just any game, this is game 3 between these two players of their best of 3 series. It is tied up 1-1. If you haven't watched games 1 and 2, there is a link right here. Go ahead and click on it, I will wait, and once you've watched it, please come back. Alright, in the top side of the map we have the red Zerg player from Germany and representing Team Liquid with the horse. It is the little one. And in the bottom side of the map we have the blue Protoss player representing the nation of Australia and Echo Gaming. It is Probe. So a PvZ on Dusk Towers here between two of the better foreigners in the StarCraft 2 scene today. Again, I'm trying a little tournament format here. Some of you people have requested I do some of these best of 3s, best of 5s, maybe even a best of 7 between two players. You can kind of root for people back and forth. It's kind of like watching a live tournament, which is kind of fun. So I'm giving this a try. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you enjoyed it or if you didn't like seeing the same players day after day after day. I mean, it's not all the same players because these have just been at my 7 p.m. Eastern time cast for the last 3 days, but either way, you had a lot of other stuff to look at, so maybe it's not too much. I don't know. Either way, let me know. Hatch first play here from a TLO into a spawning pool, and it looks like it was in fact a Nexus first from Probe. So going Nexus first. Wow. Looking good, Probe. Also going for an assimilator. And a third hatchery coming up for TLO, saving up those minerals, about 200 now. By the time the drone gets down here, he will have 300 ready to go, and ready, set, 300. Bam, nicely done, TLO. Probe Scout from Probe, haha, sees exactly what's going on, sees the hatch first here. It's going to see the spawning pool timing, it's also going to see the assimilator, and also probably check this base to make sure there's a third base coming up as well. No gas is kind of a tell for Protoss. If you come up here and your Zerg player doesn't have any gas at all, and there's a hatch ready to go, there's going to be a third one somewhere as well, at least at this level. And what is going on? Gateway, into Nexus, into assimilator, into Nexus is Probe. Wow, he's trying to out-macro TLO on this map, and you know what? It just might work for him. TLO has no way to punish this. This is a huge wide open ramp. If TLO had maybe 8 lings, he could probably force a cancel here, but as it stands, he does not. He is droning up like a madman. He is up to 21 versus 23, trying to keep up with that chrono boost from Probe. Not really working that well for him. But you know what? That's okay. He'll get there eventually because injects are good. Queen going to pop here. He's going to get a queen here as well and probably make a queen up here as soon as he can. But that hatchery is not quite finished yet. There's a good inject from TLO. What is the follow-up here? So Cybernetics Core from Probe makes a lot of sense. Cyber Core and a pylon at the top. And now what? You're going to make a robotics facility? You're going to go Stargate? What is it? Adepts. Okay, Adepts are good. I like that. Also getting Warp Gate research. So not really teching up at all, just trying to get some Adept harass off. I haven't seen Adepts work that well for Probe in the first 2 games, so I don't know if this is necessarily something that he's going to want to really invest in, but maybe he thinks third try is the charm and is going to make it work. So that third Nexus is up and running. 3 chrono boosts are available to our friend Probe. Twilight Council on the way, possibly for some Blink Stalker attacks, which can be really good on this map. Again, huge wide ramp. Blink Stalkers have a great time sitting concaves up here. It's very, very nice for them indeed. Double extractor popping almost at the exact same time for TLO. Saturate them, ready, set, saturate. There it is, look at that. That's working for me pretty darn well so far. Overlord here scouting has recognized, yeah, he sees everything. He sees the 3 bases. He says, okay, Probe is really macroing here. I don't have to worry about anything either, making 7 workers at the same time, and he is still down. Wait, 42 to 40, 41 to 42. Can he catch up? 42 to 42. 4 more workers in production there, and 44 for Probe. 44 to 44. 45 to 44. Okay, so doing his best. I think it's TLO to keep up here, but man, that chrono boost is amazing. Probe is up to 47 workers at the 4-minute mark here. Throwing down a forward hatch. Nope, gonna throw a creep tumor down here. There we go. If you cancel a building, like a hatchery for example, you can actually build stuff on the remaining creep before that creep disappears. So I've seen players put spires on proxy little patches of creep like this. TLO using it to increase his creep spread, which is pretty awesome. Adept trying to kill a creep tumor and does get it. Doesn't get canceled by TLO. What a bummer, but the Adept is pretty happy about that one. More gateways, more gateways, more gateways. So income 55 to 56 now. TLO has taken the lead. I'm not sure he knows that, but he has. Creep tumors still continuing to spread on out this direction and this direction. The Adept does not see that happening. Overlord gets spotted by the sentry. Going to try to burn it to death. More sentries here, though, too. Look at this. What does he have? So he has an Adept, 4 sentries, and a Mothership Core. So Probe is being just about as greedy as you can possibly be here as a Protoss player, and it's working out for him, man. TLO has nothing that can really hurt him right now either. TLO has 6lings and 5 queens. So, nope. Good luck with that one. The question is, what's he going to do to actually try to get Probe? Because TLO is pretty aggressive. He does have a Roach Warren. He's making 8 Roaches at the same time, possibly a Roach or Ravager push in the future. Probe, however, is getting a Warp Prism for some harassment on his end. He knows he can't just leave the Zerg player alone forever. You gotta get out there eventually and force him to respond with something. Pylons, gateways, gateways. Again, gateway count looking really fantastic here. As you saw last night, sometimes Protoss players forget to make enough gateways to support the bases that they have, but not Probe. Probe knows exactly what he is doing. How many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 gateways. He has 14 gateways on 3 bases here, and it might be awesome. Don't kill your own Roach! Oh, he killed his own Roach. TLO. I think he went to attack move there and clicked on the Roach, and the Roach died. The Roach did nothing wrong, TLO. Sad news indeed. Alright, so there's nothing here to defend against this drop, which is really not good for TLO. The Queen's going to try to come in and stab things, but Adepts are dropping out, going after workers. Ravagers are here. They're waiting for the Warp Prism to pick up, or actually go into Warp Prism mode. Didn't happen. But in the end, 3 drones were killed. So here's another attack here, and nope, canceling that Ravager. Putting a Spore Crawler at the front. Look at the creep right at Probe's door. Not a great feeling. Good force field. A lot of Stalkers here. The Roaches and Ravagers trying to do what they can, but I think they're just simply outnumbered. Corrosive Biles are trying to cause some damage. Good Guardian Shield here also, taking away a lot of that damage, though. A drop up here with more Adepts. More Adepts in here, too. Roaches trying to deal with this guy. Lings trying to deal with this group up here. Still pushing up the ramp, though, is TLO. Somehow still alive, but no. Not happy about the number of Stalkers he is seeing there. Spore Crawler finally tries to land. A little bit too late. Meanwhile, Adepts are still alive. The Lings were not enough. Roaches are not enough either. Dropping into this mineral line with the Adepts. And these Adepts, too, trying to go after the Roach Warren, have shut down all mining here at the 3rd base entirely. So many drones are dying. 12 drones have been killed thus far in this game. Adepts trying to kill this Queen. The Queen trying to kill them. Finally, this last Adept does get cleaned up. But there is still 2 in here trying to kill as many drones as they can before the Queens take them down. And it's going to be a lot of drones, but both of the Adepts do end up falling. Trying to clear out this creep now is Probe, saying, how did this even happen? How is there creep already here at the top of my base? 16 drones killed. By Probe, it is now 66 to 52. That was a pretty darn effective drop, if I do say so myself. Warp Prism just trying to make it on out of there. Couldn't save the Adepts. Has to dodge some Corrosive Biles, which is okay. I think Probe was up to that one. And there's wow, finds like the Overlord farm over here. Hey guys, just hanging out with each other. Don't mind us. But Probe is moving up, man. He's killing every creep tumor he can find. The creep is going to recede almost all the way back to TLO's base. There's a Lurker Den, Hydras on the way, Ravagers too. The 142 to 144 total supply, but man, Probe is looking good right here with his Stalkers. They do have +1 attack. Also getting a Robotics Bay for those Disruptors that didn't do him so well in game number 2. I think he might be willing to give them another chance here in game number 3. Whew. Taking a quick drink there. Queen trying to replace those creep tumors that were lost so much earlier. Okay, just a little bit earlier. And a 4th Nexus. A 4th Nexus on the way for Probe, as well as Zealot Legs. He has all the income he could ever possibly need right now. 1,700 minerals, 700 gas. Definitely higher than our Zerg player, but not too much. I feel like the TLO should be able to drone back up and get back into this, especially with the 4th base of his own. Maybe try to risk a 5th base here, but he's spending his money so well. I don't know where he's going to find that extra 300 minerals. He has Lurkers, he has Roaches, he has Ravagers. Not really going for the Hydras this time because, again, there aren't any Phoenix in the air to really make them as worth it. It's an Immortal on a lot of Adepts. Again, that +1 attack going to be very, very useful here. There are Hydras in production, but I think they are all destined to become those Lurkers. So we'll see exactly what TLO is planning on doing with them. Probe kind of scouting, like he's just moving back and forth, trying to find little rogue elements, rogue squadrons, haha, rogue squadrons of Lings, Roach Ravagers trying to catch them as well. A bit of a pincer attack being set up here from TLO. And yes, the Adepts forced to retreat. But Psionic transferring their way back on up here. Another drop. More Adepts are here. Spore Crawler trying to get shots off. Massive, massive Adept warp in. So many Adepts just walking right into this base. Psionic transferring their way into the main. And taking out an Extractor. These Hydras stand no chance whatsoever against these. And another Psionic transfer backs them away here too. Just trying to kill Workers, Lurker Spines. Tearing through them fairly easily as well. But in the end, 44 drones have been killed. TLO has lost so many Workers. Warp Prism has done its job well. Adepts super strong. Super duper strong. They might have actually already been nerfed by this point. I'm about 2 weeks out in my buffer, but if not, holy smokes. Purification Nova killing 3 Ravagers. 1, 2, 3. Count them. Another Nova catching a Roach and a Ravager. Doing a lot better than in game number 3. Absolutely. Burrowing the Lurkers in. Disruptors going right for those Lurkers and killing both of them instantly here. Hydras, Roaches, Ravagers from the right side. Trying to get that concave that they need. Trying to kill. They do kill one of the Disruptors. Force field's looking pretty darn good here. Corrosive Bile is being tossed on down. I think Probe just has too much, and he does. Oh, TLO calls the GG. TLO's defeated. Probe's victorious, and TLO has left the game. Well, what do you know, ladies and gentlemen? Probe takes the series 2-1. I really just think it was his macro. Honestly, he did so well on 3 bases, getting 14 gates, getting up that worker count to exactly where he wanted it to be, getting upgrades, and then just spamming everything he wanted. Disruptor, Stalker with an Immortal mixed in there too. A couple of those, not necessarily sure that they were necessary, but the Disruptor shots were so much better for Probe in that game. Disruptor with 3 kills. I think 2 of those were Lurkers, which is exactly what Probe was going for. TLO recognized he was down a lot of Workers, 68 to 37. I'm not sure he knew the exact number, but having lost 44 drones is just not a good feeling at all, and his GG's out. So well played by Probe, representing our Protoss race today. Tough loss there for TLO, but again, it wasn't a sweep, it was a 2-1 series. He can hold his head high in that regard. So again, please let me know if you enjoyed this series, if you want to see more of them. I'll probably do some anyway here, but again, let me know if they're terrible. You'd rather not see them anymore, because I do appreciate your input. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Seems like any other summer's evening. But tonight is special. No one knows why the creatures here are so special events. After 17 years underground, just to prove her wrong.
Well, just get back to me when you have an answer. Sounds wanted on the telephone.
You know better than to interrupt me. Say I'm busy and hang up.
All sorts of creatures now appear, including some really unexpected ones. They spend their days underground and only emerge at sunset.
About 3 days later, she was good and ready. So she put on about a ½ pound of makeup, fixed it up with a veil, and set forth to see the mill in person.
I've waited 20 years for this call. Now the mill can wait until I'm good and ready.
first, there are merely thousands, but soon more than 1 billion swarm all over the forest. The biggest emergence on the planet is underway. But as night falls, they're transformed. The hunted become hunters.
It was her time to go.